Hey, guess what? I like to gripe about doing things early in the morning, but actually, I think I might be allergic not to do it in the morning. Excuse me, now I can't keep stop burping. I hate not doing stuff and just getting it done and over with. It's like a big thing for me. I want to knock it out and then have the rest of the day to myself. Actually, Mom and I were talking about this last night. I hate the fact that you could be in the middle of something and then you're like, ooh, I gotta stop. I have a doctor's appointment or I have to go somewhere. And like, right now it's just a grocery order. And so I was like, no, I want to do it first thing. And then I set it for like between 7 and 8. And I was like, ooh, I don't know that I'm like that surprised to get up and drive. I would be any other time. But, and actually, I went to bed fairly early. I usually wait up for Anthony because he was gaming last night. But I want to say I couldn't, or I didn't want to. I'm not quite sure at this point. But I was pretty tired at 10 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock, I went to bed. And there is nothing wrong with that. So, I made the order between 8 and 9. I've already received an email. It's not even quite 8, which is fine with me. I grabbed coffee. I'd already been awake. So I still, between 7 and 8, would have made it. Because I have this weird internal thing that drives me nuts. If I need to do something, I cannot sleep because I know I have to get up by a certain time. So then I will wake up all night long. I did wake up last night. Anthony said Bagheera surprised him. So I'm wondering if that's what I did, or that's what woke me up. I just know I was pretty tired, and I like kind of looked at the phone. I might have gotten out of bed for half a second. He's like, it's 11:30. I got home at 11. I was like, I'm not sure. I didn't care. I just want to go back to sleep. That hip pain is still there. I think it's what's waking me up out of a dead sleep. So, that is the only sucky thing I think I've got going on. I'm still a little congested, but not a lot, like off and on. Anthony says I'm still snoring. I think that's what he indicated today. And it is Valentine's Day. This will probably not go up on the Valentine's Day. So I know I am never good at keeping gifts or secrets. I tend to give them before they need to be given. Like Joni, I got her an Instant Pot for Christmas. And I literally gave it to her like 2 weeks before. She handed me $100 and told me to get what I wanted before Christmas. Which I ended up spending in other places or, you know, on the kids. We needed groceries. And you know what? Honestly, when the taxes come in, I'll take $100 out, put it aside. It will be just mine. It's no big deal for me. One time, oh my God. So I had to take Lex to a psychiatrist appointment. Kyle went with us. Mom went with us because we had to go out of town for it. And we weren't going terribly far. It was less than an hour. And we stopped because donuts sounded really good. So I got everyone a donut, and I spent like $5 and I only had 100 because they don't take cards or checks. I was like, well, I'm not writing a check for $5. And I felt so bad. But it is like one, it might be the only one besides, getting donuts at Safeway or Walmart. The only place in this town. And, yeah, they're pretty hopping. They are popular. They are good. I didn't care for the blueberry this time. And usually that's like my go-to since I was young. But yeah, $97 back. I felt so bad because that's all I had. Anyway, so I haven't given Anthony his gift, and it's a good thing. I waited until last moment to get his gift. So I got him a cup the other day for work. It's a completely clear glass cup. And it's got lines on it, and it's like, shush, shut, don't talk to me. And it's just like towards the end, it's like, okay, now you may speak. I was like, that's perfect for work. He may not take it to work. So, but I got him a mini replica, and I think I got him the AR-45.
No number available. Press Uconnect phone button and say text message. Do you want to read or send messages?
Read.
You have 1 new messages and 9 old messages. New message 1 from no number available. Walmart grocery pickup. Your order's ready. Save.
Anyway, and so I got the email like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. It's you probably shouldn't put gun and cute in the same freaking sentence, but I have no problem with guns. But it's like, it is tiny, and then I got him a dummy bullet, and they will be in. So the first time it tracked, it said the 15th, and I was sad because when I checked out, I made sure it would be the 14th, and I was like, that sucks. That guy has a sticker on the back of his window that says cell phone free. And he literally just had his cell phone in his hand. Anyway, so I checked it later that day, like hours later, and it said the 14th, and I just checked it, and it says the 14th. I was like, whoo. I was like, that would have actually made me feel bad. And then I gotta check one of the orders. My best friend placed an order, and I'm hoping it won't take until Monday, but it's 2-day shipping, and I missed the first day, and so it should be there tomorrow at the latest, and I was hoping it would be today, but it looks like it, yesterday it was on the plane from Portland. Excuse me. So, at least that's taken care of. I need to go pay my car payment. I hate being an adult sometimes. Okay, I hate when people say that. Oh, I can't adult anymore. And you know why? It's because of someone I used to be friends with. Like, yeah, it's a really long story. You've heard some of it. So I want to make, you know what I really want to make? Please don't hit me. Raspberry peach jelly. But I want to figure out how to get all the seeds out of it. And you know what? I got sidetracked on figuring out how to do that. and ended up looking at a bunch of jelly. Oh my goodness, the rhubarb vanilla bean is gorgeous. There's another one. Is it lilac? Doesn't sound like something you'd want to eat, but or lavender. It's a pretty purple color. And so, those were just pretty. And so what? I bit my tongue. So I have a friend, actually a friend who just placed an order, and I can say it now. So she ordered 2 things of cabbage salsa. I sealed them. I'm hoping it worked. I am still worried, and so we're experimenting with her. Excuse me. That it will survive and there won't be too much of an issue, but we won't know until she gets it. So I sent her some mustard for her husband, and well, okay, so she ordered 2, paid for 2. I posted a picture. She's like, oh my goodness, I can't wait. And she was like, I can't wait for my 2 jars to get here. And I was like, actually, your box is 3. And so my phone goes ding, and she has sent me more money. And I was like, you didn't have to do that. I want to make sure everybody has their share and they have a sufficient amount. You know, I don't want you to leave spending that kind of money and not getting a good amount of stuff and some good stuff. And so she paid me for the other. She has no idea the others are in there. Oh, and then I sent her cookies, just 2 cookies, just to, you know, tempt her slightly. And so she does plan on placing orders again. I would love to be able to go out and just make it for her. But it is what it is. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm here though. Okay. Anyway, and so I should probably turn on a heater because I'm freezing. I got the heated seat warmer. So, I just put in a couple extras. Oh, and then a pepper glaze. Because I'm just like discounting that and getting rid of it real quick, because it was supposed to be a jelly consistency and it's just not. Oh, my hands. So that is really not what I want today. Isn't that weird how coffee, it's the same coffee as yesterday, and just today doesn't taste good. So we'll see what she says. And then the pickles turned out really good. I don't know if I told you guys that. Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, Amy, right?
Yep.
There you are.
Out of 2 items. I already got the email too.
All right. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So you said you forgot some items?
No, they were out of 2 of them.
Items.
I was just happy about the flour. That I need.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, because yesterday we ran out, but then they got some last night and stocked it, and even then it's still looking skippy.
Oh.
Yeah, you got that.
Anyway, I get him quite a bit. And then there's a younger kid. I'm pretty sure he was flirting, and Anthony's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. Anyway, the flour has been hard to get a hold of. It's 25 pounds. But, I wouldn't think there was such a high demand for it. Oh, I guess I could pop my turnip already. And so, yeah, it's been quite the pain. And those aren't the two items they were out of. It was the blood oranges and the navel oranges, which I want to make, orange marmalade. Kind of need the orange peels. And so I was like, well, I'm sure my husband has something planned. So, I'll just go get some oranges later. I didn't really need the blood oranges, but I was like, I could make blood orange jelly. That would be really good. And a lot of oranges, because it's like 3 3/4 of a cups to make the jelly recipe I have. Anyway, so yeah, everything's been going good. Mom got a surprise plant. It was a lily, a peace lily. It was really pretty, and when it blossoms, it looks like it's really gonna be pretty. I was like, well, that's cool. And so I called Anthony, but Anthony didn't know cats are allergic, or it's deadly for cats. And I was like, well, okay, because I don't see anything wrong. Like, Christmas time, he got his mom something. I was like, we got Mom a tablet for Christmas. Like, not a cheap gift kind of thing. And he got her a couple small things, and they were so cute. So I was like, the only other person besides her best friend, would be Anthony. And I asked, and he's like, no. And he was like, actually, I didn't know that they were poisonous. I was like, yeah. And I was like, were you and Sharon into flowers? She goes, we were like a flower or plant aficionados when we were younger. And I was like, okay, so Sharon would know that they were deadly to cats, because the cats every once in a while get in her room. Not a lot, but I don't like to take a chance, because, you know, they're our family. And so, I was like, no, I don't think it would be her. But I think she would have said something beforehand, so it was one of Mom's other friends. She goes, do you remember that time when I got the, you know, flowers and the cup, and I didn't know who it was from because there was no card? Yeah, it was her again. So it was really sweet. So it was a nice Valentine's gift. I had pooped. This cold's kicking my butt.
Look here. You said you already saw the 2 unavailables?
Yeah, the oranges and the blood oranges.
So that's good. Like a customer who's informed. Oh, lefty.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right, I'll get you all loaded.
Thank you. This is like the 4th time I have put flour on my grocery order. And I was like, oh my goodness, that sucks. But I got a bunch of like berries, like blueberries, because I'm almost out again. I want to sit down and make a bunch of muffins and get them in the freezer. Anyway, and so blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, peaches, which peaches have been hard to get a hold of a couple of times. what else? No, I don't remember. It was mostly just stuff to get, to make jelly and stuff. And rhubarb is virtually impossible.
Okay, you're all set.
All right, thank you. You have a great day.
Have a wonderful day. You bet. See, that's what I need. I need my coffee.
Right? I've always loved getting him. It was his birthday recently. And his daughter put online about his birthday, so everyone was wishing him a happy birthday. He is always really chipper, really sweet. Didn't matter what time of day it was. Oh, okay. So, it was just a bunch of stuff. Oh, that doesn't actually have my thing on it. It was just to make jellies and stuff. And, oh, there is one I really want to make, and it is an apple pie one, and it looks good. And then the other one is a caramel apple jelly. So I just blanket it all as jelly. I know there is a difference. There's preserves, there's jam, and so that's where it gets a little weird, because I know, you know, jelly is clear, no fruit. But then, is that jam or preserves? And or are those two the same? So, I could Google it. But, oops. So, it is what it is. I make them. Either you're getting chunky or no chunky. So, yesterday, the peach one, I did put it in the blender, and because they were frozen peaches, because I forgot I had peaches. I had been trying to get a hold of them, but I use them for a drink, and I didn't think about them. I had a whole nother like 2 pounds in the big freezer, and I was like, oh, duh. And so I just got them replaced, which is no big deal, but I put them in the food processor, or the blender, and chopped them up. Had just enough. Like, I had to add a little bit of juice to them to get them to the 3 3/4. And so I made it, and there was like, didn't see it at first, but towards the end, after I added the sugar, there's like 2 pieces, like a small chunk of peaches. I was like, well, guess what? You're not jelly no more. And oh my goodness, the jelly, there's something about the peach so far that has the most foam. It was really bad, and I don't know if anybody else knows the butter trick, but I did the butter trick, and it didn't help. I swear it made it worse. It was, excuse me, it was really bad. And so, I swear I spent 5 minutes, like, just skimming off of the foam. But my extra kids came over from, their town. They placed an order last week, and they actually were supposed to be here yesterday, and they made it today. And so, Michael and Val came to pick up their salsas, espresso cookies. Oh, and I told Val, because they wanted mustard, and I was like, actually, I have 2 more now. And Michael was talking to Val and was like, well, I was like, you're welcome to taste them, of course. Anthony's like, if you're making whole grain mustard with like ale and IPA, I better be getting one of those, and you better not be selling them all. And I was like, no, it was made for you, but I didn't realize how much it would make. And so, of course, you're gonna get some. And so, oh, I should have put eggs on that list. I'm a dingus. Anyway, and so, I told Michael to tell Val, you know, you are more than welcome to come taste them. I have one of each in the fridge. So I don't know if I told you guys, but we kind of screwed up with the first one. We, as in me, I put it in the food processor thinking it, because it said to blend it to the desired consistency. Well, after letting it run for a minute, the seeds were still whole, and I was like, okay, maybe they'll pop when they cook. Never made mustard. Guess who's wrong? So it's a little thinner.
No number available. Press Uconnect phone button and say text. Do you want to read or send messages?
Probably a pickup. Read.
You have 1 new messages and 9 old messages. New message 1 from no number available. Important. Your T-Mobile bill is...
So, they should probably get their stuff straight. Anyway, so I was just like, really? They didn't pop. Yeah, turns out that was not what I needed to put it in. Sorry, I just didn't want it to stop abruptly. Anyway, so yeah, so I put it in the cup one you would do like a personal little smoothie for. Yeah, it was way different, like changed colors and everything. And then the emulsion, which I have made 8 jars of, and I have 2 left, and that's not including the one for Anthony. The rest have been sold. And so, excuse me, I was like shocked. And then, so I had screwed up, and so I realistically need to go fix Joni's, because that one is messed up. So I didn't emulsify it, so it has what it has in it, and then it's got 2 different types of oil in it. And so I was thinking about it after she said this one isn't as good, the other one blah blah blah, this one tastes like a lot of like oil, and I was like, what did I do wrong? I made it the same exact way, I just added different peppers, like some scarier peppers, some sweeter peppers. And so I was like, and I went home and I put it in the blender. It changed color to the other color that the other one was, and you couldn't see the oil. Well, until someone buys them, unless it's being shipped, I am not going to pop them because they are sealed. And then I will emulsify them better. And so I need to go fix hers or steal hers from her and fix it, and then give it back to her, because I feel bad because it's not supposed to look like that. And I thought, well, this one's awful red, it should be like an orangey color. Yeah, so I feel bad, gotta fix it, but it is what it is. You really shouldn't cook or make anything when you're sick and stuff, or feel like you're overwhelmed. And I did at first, like I had so many things going on, and you know, part of that not worrying as much does not always work, especially when you're taking on like a lot of orders. So like I said, I have the 2. Did I have her try the other one? I don't remember. Maybe I fixed hers already. I don't know. I know her mom ended up taking the first batch one, which was Joni's. She just sold it to her. And so she ended up with the second batch. Oh, like, you really want the first one? I got one. I mean, it's for someone else. Oh, and then I'm out of watermelon habanero jelly. Elizabeth bought the last 2 I had. And technically she bought the last apple mint, but I replaced it because that's Anthony's favorite, and so he has apple mint now. My lips are dry. And I think she might have gotten the last grape, but I have made grapes since then. This is a nice little fun talk, and I don't think I shut up. But it's nice. It's like no one's around. You're not hearing someone yell in the background. I'm like way over this coffee. I'm wondering if I grabbed the wrong pod. Maybe I'm just grown out of coffee. Don't get me wrong, I'm still in love with that one from Walla Walla. From I Like to Shop Local. I mean, yes, I just went to Walmart. That is something Mom and I were talking about last night. I grew up in California. I grew up a couple hours from the ocean. We would pack up, go to Casa de Fruta. We would go to Lathrop. I think it's Lathrop. No, it's not Lathrop. It starts with a W. Mom would know. We would go there, get fruit and vegetables and asparagus and artichokes, and Casa de Fruta has a bunch of nuts and fruit at a really good price. Yeah, I don't remember the one that starts with a W. But it's over by the, it's over on, on the coast, and, you're paying like 25 cents a pound for cabbage head, and you're getting, 4 artichoke hearts for, really cheap, and blah, 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 and I miss that. Because I don't know where we can do that here. There's little tiny farmers markets here, but nothing like, the Turlock to Saturday, Thursday food stuff, and they would cut off Main Street. So anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you.